In the 1st century BC, resourceful Romans used hypocausts to heat their homes. Their working principle was simple but revolutionary. The smoke ovens heated the cavities under the flooring surface, thus warming the whole room. A little later, ondol was invented, a similar system of floor heating, which is still widely used in South Korea. The invention of fireplaces, stoves and heaters took place later, but the really important discovery was made by French engineer Bonnemann. In 1777, he invented the first water heating system, based on the principle of natural water circulation. It is still used in modern home heating. Modern technologies have advanced since then, creating an easier and more convenient method of generating warmth by heating water. We are talking about boilers, devices that produce heat by heating the coolant inside it to a certain temperature. And today you are going to see all the exciting details of this manufacturing process. Hello, you are watching Within the Process, a program that provides a thorough description of how things work. And today we are going to learn about the process of boiler manufacturing. The process begins with the making of a design of the boiler. The first thing one must do is to decide on the heat carrier for the equipment. It can be coal, gas or electric current. It all depends on the conditions under which the boiler will operate. This is a very important detail that must be considered at the initial stage of building a house. An engineer methodically develops the design of the product, calculates its dimensions, taking into account all details of the process. Raw materials must be prepared before the work begins. The starting material is the metal sheet, up to 6 meters long and 4 to 6 millimeters thick. A crane equipped with electronic scales helps to weigh each metal sheet. This is done to obtain some accurate data on the materials. It is important to know whether there is enough material available to manufacture the product. The assessment of the metal does not stop there. Its thickness, length and other parameters are estimated. If all indicators are satisfactory, the main part of the process kicks off. It starts with the cutting of the raw materials. This operation can occur in several ways by guillotine or using plasma cutting. In the first case, the whole operation is carried out with a special device, equipped with sharp knives and a heavy press. It is important to accurately adjust the metal under the cut line, having calculated its trajectory beforehand. When everything is ready, the machine is activated and cuts the metal into segments. If the goal is to cut large quantities of metal into complex parts, plasma cutting is a better option. This unique technology is capable of cutting metal segments into various shapes and sizes. One only needs to upload the designer's sketch onto the computer software and start the machine. Plasma cutting can be used to process steel, iron, aluminium and titanium. The main requirement is setting the optimal level of power and air pressure. The quality of the metal surface is irrelevant. Neither rust nor paint or dirt will affect the quality of the cut. Modern plasma cutters provide a minimum width of the cut and the so-called clean seams with no sagging or overheating, requiring no additional processing. The computer of the plasma cutters reads the uploaded sketch. Following the instructions, it fulfills the task methodically but quickly. In only a few minutes, it cuts the metal sheets into segments of the right size and shape. The bending machine continues the procedure. Sliced metal is bent and curved according to appropriate parameters of a boiler technology. It should be noted that depending on the type of the boiler and its configuration, the boiler can weigh from 30 kilograms to 2.5 tons. Its final assembly may require from 1 to 300 major parts. The metal bending process takes place using a hydraulic press, which operates under a pressure of 200 tons. Just imagine how thickly this machine can process the metal. The most important thing is to accurately adjust the sheet below the fold line, and the press will take care of the rest. Now that all the parts are ready for assembly, one of the most crucial and complex processes begins: the assembly of the boiler. In essence, this process is similar to the construction of Lego, with metal segments instead of colored blocks. They have already been prepared for the process. Now the most important thing is to connect them correctly. This process is time-consuming and requires maximum concentration and endurance. The welder connects the parts together, creating a preliminary version of the product. Now it must be tested on a special hydraulic system, which will activate all functions of the new boiler. If it works correctly and all the figures are satisfactory, the boiler is given a presentable appearance. It is cleaned of dross, burrs and metal slag. This operation has to be carried out perfectly, eliminating all irregularities. This ensures the safety and reliability of the product. On average, the manufacture of the boiler takes a few days. It is important to follow the regulations and perform all operations on the basis of accurate data. Then and only then will the finished product operate efficiently and serve a long time. At the final assembly, the boiler is given panels, special insulation and other minor improvements. The panels are covered with powder paint. It consists of special resins, hardeners, pigments, fillers and other additives. This is a polymer powder paint. It is applied on the metal using powerful electrostatics. However, that is not all. To secure the paint on the metal surface, the product is placed into a furnace and processed with heat. The most important thing is to set the right temperature, from 180 to 230 degrees centigrade. Powder paint particles are electrically charged by an external source. In the electric field, they are transferred to the metal, which has the opposite charge. This ensures a reliable and durable coverage. The boiler is the most important part in the heating system of any country house. It determines the internal climate of your home, its comfort and warmth. Heating equipment must be chosen at the early stage of house designing, depending on the possible heat loss and the layout of the project. Rural construction is rapidly gaining momentum, so the popularity of boilers is quite understandable. Installation of alternative heating equipment significantly reduces construction cost. Besides, the maintenance of this type of the heating system requires no special knowledge. Boilers are easy to use and can last for about 15 years. It is crucial to determine the type of the boiler you want: a gas, electric, solid fuel or combined one. Each of these types has its own advantages and technical features. You have been watching Within the Process, a program that provides a thorough description of how things work and changes your attitude to the world surrounding us in everyday life. My name is Dmitry Golobir. See you in our next episode.